Hello, everybody, and welcome to College Now's portion of Accepted Students Day. My name is Craig Elkins, and I'm the director of College Now. And I just want to say thank you for joining us this afternoon, and welcome to our event. We are very excited to tell you a little bit about our program, and then also to have a couple students here, some of our juniors, some of our upper class who've been through College Now as a program, are going to share a little bit about their story and their experience with us. So to get started, again, my name is Craig Elkins. Very happy that you're here. College Now is a program that has roughly 54 years of experience in supporting students and ensuring that everyone has access to educational opportunities and then the support needed to be successful to reach their educational goals. And the way that we do that is fairly complex. We involve counselors, we have tutoring, we have peer mentoring, and truly a whole level of support that includes some financial incentive as well. To be quite honest with you, the level of detail that I can go into in this 30-minute meeting would be a little bit difficult. And so what College Now has created is opportunities for you to speak directly with College Now counselors on a very personal level on an almost daily basis. And so what I'm going to post in the chat is actually a link to our website where you can register for this. So admitted students are encouraged to register. We have 1 hour-long sessions where you meet with one of our 7 counselors to talk about, your educational goals, academic planning, the realistic expectations of college and transitioning from high school, making sure that you have everything that you need to transition smoothly in and be successful, and then also outlining the supports that we have within our program. And so we are encouraging all admitted and especially all matriculated students to attend that to make sure that you start off on the right foot and have everything that you need taken care of before our fall semester starts. We are also very excited to say that our fall semester is shaping up to look much like a normal semester. So we are having predominantly in-person classes with students living on campus. We're very excited about that, especially with our new dorms, our freshman dorms. So our incoming cohorts would have the opportunity to live there. And we're really just looking forward to building that sense of community that College Now has. To further talk about some of the activities that we have on our website, if you are a parent or a guidance counselor or a relative or just anybody who wants to support an accepted student in our program, we also have some workshops for you as well. So feel free to register for those. Again, it's a bit more personal. You have the opportunity to ask any question that you need, and you will get an answer directly from a counselor. And then in addition to that, if you are interested in hearing from current students, we have student panels set up in that same field. So if you went to College Now, I'm sorry, let me say that again, umassd.edu/collegenow/accepted, and I will put that in the chat room. You can register for one of those events. And it's really important that you go to those because, again, you're going to get all the information that you need to be successful. Here in today's chat, I'm going to introduce in a moment 3 of our College Now students who represent multiple colleges on campus, are amazing students doing big things, but we want you to engage with us. So if you have any questions that you want to ask, please feel free to add them into the questions and the Q&A panel, and we will siphon those through and make sure that you get your questions asked. All right. So with that, again, I thank you for being here. I want to introduce our student panelists as they really are the center of this show here and can tell you firsthand from their experience what College Now is like, what benefits they received or how it helped them be successful, and then maybe even give you some advice. So to get us started, I would like to introduce Lakendra Ross Williams, who is a junior in our Charlton College of Business. Lakendra, please share your story.
Hi, everyone. As Craig said, my name is Lakendra, and I'm currently a junior. And I study the Charlton College of Business. So my experience with College Now, I've always had a good experience. They've never steered me in the wrong direction. They always made sure I was on top of everything. They made sure I was following with my transcript They made sure I took the correct classes. And nonetheless, they always made sure that I was okay, like mentally, physically, and emotionally, being that it was my first semester in college and it's a huge change. And yeah, the you usually get the support needed. Whereas if it was somewhere else, you would get the support, but it's not as in depth as College Now. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lakendra. Lakendra, where are you coming from again? What's your hometown?
Oh, Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. Cool. Thank you. All right. Next, I'd like to introduce Jake Wilkinson, who is also a junior in the College of Engineering.
Hi, my name's Jake. I'm a mechanical engineering major. So my experience with College Now, currently I'm a peer mentor, and I've also been a math tutor. So that's cool. They give me the opportunity to talk to a lot of the freshmen and really get to know them, I guess. But College Now kind of gives you this stepping stone that you need as a college student to be successful. You know, a lot of the things that Craig said, they offer tutoring, they offer scholarships, they offer just like help. You know, all the counselors there, they're always there to answer all your questions. And depending on how many you have, you know, I had a lot of questions that I had to get answered, and they were able to answer all the questions that I had. But College Now also allows you to kind of like meet a lot of other students too, who are also like kind of like in the same boat as you. And that allows you to like make more friends, you know, and have like a better time on campus. So that like social experience is like you're having a good social experience too. So yeah, thank you.
Great. Thanks, Jake. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce Sachi Lamore, who comes to us from our College of Nursing and Med Science.
Hi, my name is Sashi. I am a Health and Society student major. I am also from Boston, Massachusetts. As I went through College Now, as Lakendra and Jake also shared, it's really a holistic support system that goes beyond just supporting you academically. As far as if you have any personal issues outside your academics, you can always rely on your counselors, and even beyond just your own personal counselor, the whole College Now staff is there to support you. So I think that's something I really enjoyed from College Now. Even beyond your first year, they'll always be there for you, whether it's academics, personal, or anything else you're having trouble with as a student and as an individual.
Great. Thank you, Sachi. So at this point, you know, again, we welcome you as a guest here to ask any question that you would like to know. And, you know, we don't have canned answers. I want our students to answer them as honest as possible so that you get a true sense of what the university and our program has to offer. While we wait for those to come in, let's see if we could just ask a couple questions here. Sachi, since I see you on the big screen, what advice would you give to an incoming freshman student that you wish you had been told?
Some advice I would give is first to not stress yourself out too much. I know personally for me, I was a first generation college student. My anxiety was on 1,000 coming into UMass Dartmouth. College Now really helped me with that anxiety, as far as at first I would have thought, oh my gosh, am I going to be secluded from a regular non-College Now student? What if I don't do as well? But they really support you in that academic and personal, as I mentioned before, and as well as as you go through the first couple months of your first semester and first year, you'll understand how you adjust yourself to the environment of UMass, and also with College Now backing you up, as far as don't worry if at first it may seem like, oh my God, how do I manage these classes versus high school? I had classes back to back in a regular day. This, I have to manage my own time. You may have 3-hour gaps. How do I know what to do with myself? You'll get through it with the first couple months and maybe even the first year, if it depends on your own personality. But as far as don't worry about organization and falling into that personality, as far as like how you'll fall into your day-to-day basis of your schedule. But I think as far as don't overstress yourself, time will come as far as when you'll need to understand how you'll go about your college time. It's something where you learn as you go. Some people don't even fall into what they want to more than beyond the first year. It's okay. You have the time. And also just enjoy your time at college. Don't over stress on, okay, I'm on a 4-year plan. I'll get into what I need to get into. You'll learn as you go, even if your interests change. That's something I would say to welcome any new opportunities and growth as far as a student and as an individual, because that's something I was scared to. I was focused on one track, and it almost caused me to not realize I have other opportunities. I also have other interests. So that's something to keep in mind. Don't be closed-minded, opened, and you'll fall into what you need to fall into.
Wow, great answer, Sachi. I think that about sums it up, but I'm going to ask the others as well, just to be fair here. So, Lakendra, Sachi had mentioned, not to stress too much and be open to opportunities. What advice would you give?
Use your resources as much as you can. On College Now, and they usually send emails about, hey, we have this opportunity, or maybe they give you a list of the tutoring centers and what is useful. So use that as much as you can. That's something that I didn't do my freshman year of college, and I wish I've done it. But the more you use your resources, the more information you'll gain, and the more you'll be able to expand your mind and, understand college a little more.
Great. Thank you, Lakendra. All right. So we've talked about reducing stress, being open to new things, and using resources. Jake, any other advice that you would add to that?
Yeah, I'd say prioritize your time well. And if you can prioritize your time well, then college isn't crazy overwhelming. It's still overwhelming, but not as much. So prioritize your time, and you shouldn't miss any assignments or anything like that.
Okay, great. Thank you all for those wonderful pieces of advice. How about, let's think, as questions come in, what is it that you wish you had done differently as a freshman? And I'll start with Jake, because you're on the big screen, Jake.
As a freshman, honestly, I wish I would have probably gotten into more school activities. I started doing intramural sports, and I kind of stopped doing it. So I kind of wish I would have continued doing that, because that was a pretty cool way to stay in touch with the UMass community too. So, yeah.
Great. Thanks, Jake. Lakendra, how about you? If there was one thing you wish you could have done differently, what would it be?
I think, the same as what Jake said, I wasn't really too fond of doing university activities. And I wish I've done that as well, so that way I can build more relationships with more people. In addition to that, also using my resources as well. Like I said earlier, when I needed help, I asked for help, but there was times where I actually needed help and I just kind of didn't use the resources that were given. And I wish I was able to do that.
Great. Thank you. How about you, Sachi?
I also share the same sentiments of Jake and Lakendra. I think as far as if I could have reached out into some more extracurricular stuff, because I was more focused on how I could go into my major and all those other academic things than trying to explore what else the university had to offer. And I think trying to go into different programs and stuff like that, even if it's not your first semester or second semester, will at least build on to what you already know and meet new people outside of just thinking you're secluded to college now. You're still going to be a university student. You can always mingle and go into different things.
Great. Thank you, Sachi. So I was just responding to a question that was below there. Sorry if you could hear my typing. Okay, so we've talked about advice for freshmen. We've talked about things that maybe you have done differently or would have done differently. And so just in wrapping up, just to get an idea of who you are, what do you hope to do with your degrees as you move forward from College Now, from UMass, Dartmouth, and graduate? Where do you hope this takes you? I'll start with Sachi.
Yes. So right now I'm a junior with my health and society degree. So when I graduate next year, May of 22, I'm going to go on to pursue a bachelor's of nursing. I wasn't able to pursue that right now in my current undergraduate 4 years. So that's something I'm going to go forward for after. That accelerated nursing program will be about between 12 to 16 months. So I'll end up with completing that, my bachelor's of health and society, and also a bachelor's of nursing. And I hope to be in the neonatal care unit. That's my future department for nursing.
Great. Thank you, Sachi. How about you, Jake?
So currently I'm in an internship right now. So once I graduate, hopefully they reach out and give me a position there. But in the long run, I kind of want to gain some professional experience and then eventually move on to some like government jobs, government contracting jobs.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake. All right, and last again but not least, Lakendra.
So for me, I am currently working towards my business degree. And I also like working with kids. So I plan to, well, after I graduate, I kind of want to dip my toe into working in different recreational centers. But my plan is to build my own recreational center for a safe place for not only just kids, but like everyone in the community to play different sports and get the help that they need in order to push further in life.
Wow. I love it, Lakendra. Very ambitious. So, as you can see, our panelists are chosen for a reason. They're all driven. They're amazing. They've been a part of College Now since they came in as freshmen. We are truly lucky, I guess, to say that we have such engaged and passionate students in our program. We're thrilled to have them here today. I'll give another minute or two. If anybody has any questions that you want to ask, again, feel free to put them in the Q&A chat, and we can answer those because you have a great opportunity to hear from these students right here and get their perspective to understand what, again, College Now is and how you can be successful here through our program. I will add, again, another plug for our student conversations with your counselor. Again, go to umassd.edu/college now right on the website, and then on the accepted slide or accepted page, you'll see how to register for those events. We do have some still upcoming as early as Tuesday next week, and the same goes with guidance counselor and family support conversations, as well as just some live student panels. So we have 4 or 5 students. You have the opportunity to log in, ask them any questions. It's a little bit different format from here, but what we really want to make sure is that you have a full understanding of what College Now is, what support systems are available to you, what the student experience is like, and how we can help you be successful in achieving your academic goals, okay? With that, I want to thank our panelists for joining us today. It is currently 11:48. I see that we still have some audience participants here. What I would encourage is if the College Now is the major that you essentially come in under should you choose our program. We have 5 colleges on campus who are also running right now student panels and Q&A sessions on this platform. And so I encourage you at this time, get as much information as you can, take the most out of today. Feel free to log into one of those. If you're interested in being an engineering major, feel free to log into the College of Engineering's presentation right now. If you're interested in going into nursing, feel free to log into that. Same with Charlton College of Business, College of Visual Performing Arts, or our College of Arts and Sciences. I think anything that you can grab right now for information to help you make the most informed decision is the right thing to do. Since we do not have any questions right now, I will conclude this workshop momentarily and let you hop into some other ones, okay? So feel free to do so. We want to thank you again for joining us today. We truly appreciate you being here. I want to give a special thanks to Lakendra, Jake, and Sachi for joining us. If you have any questions about our program at all, please do not hesitate to email or call us. You can call me directly or email me, celkins@umassd.edu. Be happy to talk with you further. And most importantly, we want to get you in front of a counselor so you can have that real conversation about what it means to be a college student, okay? So at this time, I am going to conclude. I want to thank everybody again for a fifth time. Thank you. We truly appreciate you, especially our student panelists, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall when we return to on-campus classes. So thank you. Take care.